contributed to the scandal crisis that rocked the ministry, leading to the suspension of the former minister, Betta Edu. Findings and recommendation. After extensive appraisal of the reports of the ad hoc committee on the aforementioned observations and issues, the Council hereby states our findings and make recommendations as follows. 1. That the food insecurity, low standard of living currently experienced by Nigeria, closures of industries leading to loss of jobs and low productivities is occasioned by high exchange rate and inability of farmers to access their farm due to banditry, kidnapping, and insurgency. Hence, we recommend that government urgently strengthen security to enable local production to boost exports so as to attract foreign currency and reduce pressure on the naira. 2. That the recurring collapse of the national grids and the unstable epileptic supply of electricity is due to liquidity challenges. Most DISCO distribution companies hardly receive up to 50% of its revenue, hence experiences difficulty in payment to MBT and market operators. Issues of printing and infrastructure. The price of domestic gas is considered very low or cheap, hence it discourages investment in the sector, mostly in infrastructural development. 3. Transmission infrastructural weakness. The Nigerian transmission infrastructure can only be able to wheel about 6,000 megawatts or less out of the total 13,000 megawatts the GENCOs can generate. The transmission line are obsolete and require total overhaul. The ad hoc committee report on the issue of stampede at the point of rice sales in Lagos revealed that the goodwill of the Nigerian Customs Service aims at widening the populations of beneficiaries led to the repackaging of 50 kg bags of rice to 25 kg bag of rice and to be sold at 10,000 naira each giveaway price. Again, in order to be accountable and transparent, the payment is arranged to be made through the meter. However, due to poor network, the payment was slow, accumulating to waste of time, then leading to the decision for cash on grand purchase. Number 3, furthermore, it was also revealed that when the Comptroller General realized that the cash payment method was still slow and time was fast running out, he ordered for free distribution, which yielded positive result of very fast distribution. However, at some point, after he had left, the crowd became impatient and unruly as they observed that the products were running out. Then many pushed their way through the security barricades into the container. This led to stampede and suffocation of some due to intense heat and inadequate air. Number 4, our inquiry also showed that the emergency ambulances were readily available to pick and rush victims to hospital as an emergency preparedness approach, but the long distance and traffic situation did not help matter, as some lives were regrettably lost. We quite agree that there can be a better arrangement. However, the development is pardonable considering the good motive and intentions of the actions and decisions taken by the Comptroller General, Mr. Bashi Adewale Adeniyi. Hence, we recommend the service to conduct thorough investigation to address lapses and make adequate compensation to families of victims. The Nigerian Customs Service would have been relieved of the burden of the distributions of intervention items and save itself from any attendant complications if the Ministry of Humanitarian Affairs and Poverty Alleviation has been active enough to play its mandatory role. The Council believes that the recent inactiveness of the Ministry of Humanitarian Affairs and Poverty Alleviation is due to the unfortunate absence of a minister. The Ministry won't witness an unflinching commitment of the Minister in person of Dr. Betta Edu, patriotic zeal, and the capability to deliver on the mandate of the Ministry. While we await a quick resolution, we expect that justice would have been done and lesson learned, and rejuvenated Ministry will commence delivery of their statutory mandate. Conclusion. National Civil Society Council of Nigeria hereby commends the impressive performance of the Nigerian Customs Service and the entire management under the new Controller General towards fighting smuggling and smugglers head-on with intensified vigor, which has yielded remarkable results and positive dividends. The drastic reductions of influx of contraband goods and illegal exportations of domestically needed produce and products from our border within past few months is clear testimony to this monumental achievement of the new CG. The monthly contributions of the Nigerian Customs Service to our tax earning and internally generated revenue has reasonably increased since the inception of the office of the new Controller General, and from available indices and figures. The figures are believed to be on steady increase in coming months and years. This accomplishment, if sustained, has potency of revigorating the nation's ailing economy. Mr. Bashi Adewale Adeniyi administrations have given better human face and enhanced people-mindedness to the service, as demonstrated in the public sales of rice at giveaway price to caution the action and impact on the masses caused by the soaring price of essential food items across the country. Despite the unfortunate incident in Lagos during the exercise, the intervention remained one of the most laudable gestures ever made to the general citizenry by the Nigerian Customs Service in the history of the country. Personnel welfare and ease of doing business within the service have equally been boosted with removal of unnecessary bottleneck and bureaucratic encumbrances hitherto observed by both personnel and clients. The level of transparency and accountability that exists today in the Nigerian Customs Service under the new CG is top-notch and has caught the admiration of the civil society community. The recent approval secured by Mr. Bashi Adewale Adeniyi from the presidency to execute a 90 days payment window for improper imported vehicles. This opportunity is geared towards being great relief to the citizens affected, thereby saving them from huge economic losses. It is based on the foregoing that the civil society wishes to publicly commend the Nigerian Customs Services, the entire management, for satisfactorily service to the nation, while passing a vote of confidence on the new Controller General, Mr. Bashi Adewale Adeniyi, for impressive performance so far. Finally, the Civil Society Council sees the Ministry of Humanitarian Affairs and Poverty Alleviation as most critical and highly relevant to our national development, especially at this time of nationwide distress and hardship that demands sustained government intervention programs. Hence, our passionate appeal for the strengthening and revigoration of the ministry and need for a young and capable minister with performance record, as was observed in Dr. Betta Edo before the unfortunate development.